Good morning, good evening, whenever you're watching this, and welcome back to Taryn Plays Persona 5 Royal. So in the last episode, Haru's situation has worsened, and on the 11th, she's gonna be sold off to that scummy fiancé. So we gotta stop Okumura. We also caught up with Takemi at the clinic. Told her about the situation with Oyamada. And we also hunted down the king of Gunabout to help us with that cheater case we were unable to finish. And it turned out this king is an elementary school student named Shinya. And he's now our new confidant, representing the Tower Arcana. So, anyway, for tonight, Big Bang Burgers on TV. Enough for some reading tonight. First, we're gonna need this one for tomorrow. You'll see what I mean. Anyway, we're gonna read. Hey! And tonight, we're reading Night Skies.
Make sure you close up.
Leave the noise of the city behind and find refuge in the calming wind and starry skies.
Wow! Ikebukuro is mostly known for its skyscrapers. I never realized they had a planetarium there. I guess they keep it exciting by doing things like hiring famous actors as tour guides. In any case, it's not the kind of place you'd visit alone. I recommend taking someone. Oh! So you finished reading Night Skies. The planetarium in Ikebukuro is probably the closest one to here, so that's pretty convenient.
We've unlocked a new hangout spot.
All right.
It'd be fun to go with someone. Just don't fall asleep while they project the constellations, okay?
My electric fan at home has gotten so old and noisy. I can't focus on my shogi studies at all. At this point, I might as well just get an air conditioner. However, I'm not really familiar with home appliances, so I'd like to ask your help. I'm going to Akihabara tomorrow, so would you accompany me?
Yeah, the heat and noise would drive anyone crazy. Shopping for new stuff is kind of exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, let's do it.
I appreciate it.
It's this home electronics store in Akihabara. I'll meet you there.
An electronics shop, huh? It's kind of exciting going to a big store like that.
I was going to buy an air conditioner, but now that I'm actually here, I'm having second thoughts. I've never liked air conditioners much. They make me too cold. But the hum of an electric fan bothers me. It makes it so hard to concentrate on my strategy books. I'm sorry I'm holding us up. Don't worry, take your time.
Thank you very much.
Still, I shouldn't indulge my indecisiveness too much. That could turn into a terrible weakness in shogi. I shall try to reach an answer soon.
Hey.
What a coincidence. And she is... Where do I know her from?
You're Kitagwa-kun from the art track, yes? I'm Hifumi Togo. I go to Kosei as well.
Togo. Ah, the professional shogi player. I'm Yusuke Kitagawa. It's a pleasure to meet you. Did you two come to bask in the cool air?
No, he's helping me pick out an air conditioner. Kitagura-kun, are you here because...
My dorm is a burning hellscape. Thus, the clear solution was to find a place of more comfort, so that my creativity might flow once more. Good thinking. Isn't it? Though I did decide not to bring my art supplies in the end. My funds are wholly devoted to acquiring more art supplies, and this interminable heat has dulled my creative edge. Here I may enjoy the cooling breeze and find inspiration in next-generation technology. What more could I ask for?
I see. You make a compelling case, Kitagura-kun.
Oh, so you understand as well, Toga-san.
With a single swing, the blade of creativity may cleave through all adversity. Whether wielded in a painter's hand or a tactician's, what's important is that the blade is guided by righteous vigor.
A bit eccentric, isn't he? You're one to talk.
Is something wrong, you two?
No, nothing in particular. By the way, Toga-san, have you settled on an air conditioner?
No, I'm trying to decide between an air conditioner and an electric fan. Between the two, I prefer an electric fan, but the noise would still bother me.
I did see an electric fan that functioned with no blades. Perhaps that would suffice.
What? A bladeless fan?
I saw a tower fan where the tower was hollow, yet air was still flying out of it. Technology has truly come a long way.
That settles it. I'll go with that one then. With such revolutionary technology, I may be driven to create innovative new stratagems.
I'm glad I was able to assist. If I might ask, what do you plan to do with your old electric fan? I would be happy to take it off your hands.
Huh? Another acquaintance of yours? You're well connected, Amamiya-kun.
Ah, if it isn't Mifune-san. She's an accomplished fortune teller.
Fascinating. What kinds of fortunes does she tell?
Well, she knows a bit of everything.
That's wrong. Not everything. And without my tarot cards, I can't divine much anyway. Oh, but I can tell a little bit based on your personal aura. Ah, I see. The two of you seem to bear a very interesting connection with Amamiya-san. It's somewhat different from ordinary friendship. I sense quite an unusual bond indeed.
I see. Well, you aren't wrong there.
Yes, that sounds about right. You really are a mysterious person. Their stars burn with such intensity. What strange destiny could draw them together?
By the way, Mifune-san, why are you here?
Oh, right. I was looking for a replacement for my old electric fan. I know the worst of the heat is past, but I can't make it through these Tokyo summers without one. What a coincidence. That was what I was looking for, too. These two were just helping me decide what model to buy. Is this? My goodness, another strange coincidence.
Perhaps the fates conspired to put us all here. Now we can pursue the Bladeless fans together, yes?
Huh? Bladeless? How is a fan supposed to blow air with no blades? Now I'm not that gullible. Seeing is believing. Shall we go inspect it for ourselves? What? What in tarnation?
Ah, you're back.
I love that one. something's on TV tonight. The Labor Standards Act defines worker rights and the punishments for violating these standards. Now, which of these is the punishment for forced labor, the most grievous offense? A. 10 years in prison. B. A 20 million yen fine. Prison time. The correct answer is A. An inhumane executive gets 10 years in jail. Okumura Foods is likely only guilty of long hours and unpaid overtime, not forced labor. Many say the punishment for that's too lenient. 6 months in jail or a 300,000 yen fine.
Nice going! Punishment is too soft in both those answers. That's why people are turning to us.
Got a boost in our knowledge. And for tonight... What is tonight? Oh, it's the autumn equinox. Anyway, we're heading off to Akihabara tonight. Because we're gonna try out something new. Something I'm kind of embarrassed about. Sorry, folks. You can now quick travel to the Maid Cafe in Akihabara.
A maid cafe, huh?
Visiting the Maid Cafe. Visiting the Maid Cafe will cause time to pass, but will improve your charm. When you visit the Maid Cafe, you'll receive a stamp card. Collect stamps to obtain rewards. Note, you will receive more stamps on Saturdays.
Hey!
We have maxed out our charm, but we can get another stat increase here.
The atmosphere in here is kinda cute, in a cloying way.
Welcome home!
I'm Clara, your clumsy maid.
My goodness!
Is this your first time here? Yes. I'm so happy you came. This is your home, so please relax. Oopsies, I almost forgot to inform my first-time visitor. How clumsy of me. We offer stamp cards here. If you collect 20 stamps, you can get a special item from us. You get 1 stamp per 1,000 yen spent. It would make me so happy if you collect a lot of them. So, what will you order be? Okay, we got coffee, we got tea, we got pancakes, and an omelet. Let's go with an omelet.
Absolutely.
As you wish, master.
Hey! This is pretty overwhelming. All the pink hurts my eyes.
Here I go!
Now I will start drawing with sincerity on your omelet.
Let's see.
What should I write?
Oh, sorry about that.
I was trying to write earth-shattering.
What did you say? Why did she pick that?
Master, I tried my best. Would you please forgive me? Go fix it. Oh, I knew it. Very well, Master.
Hey! Being strict even to a cute maid, huh? You got some real guts.
It's for the playthrough.
That sure was unique. Either way, I think you learned how to get people to like you.
Oh, sorry about that.
But your strictness showed how reliable you really are, Master. Since this is your first visit, I'll give you a stamp card.
Let's see.
Every Saturday is our Maid Day, where you can get 4 additional stamps. I highly recommend you visit us then. Today you get 5, leaving you with a total of 5 stamps.
Take care.
Have an amazing rest of your day, Master. I'll be waiting patiently for your next visit.
Oh, my heart. Swoon.
Aren't they a bit late this time? I'm on the edge of my seat here. Yeah, they couldn't take Okumura down easy.
Everyone's incompetent.
Those phantom thieves need to hurry up and deal with Okumura. Not just him, but all companies that exploit their employees. Yeah, we're in trouble too, you know. Take out one, you gotta take them all out. It's only fair.
Man, why are they raking us over the coals?
Let's get started.
Well,
What's this?
What do you want to do?
Got some free time on us. Let's start chipping away at this, tougher book. A heart without hesitance is the essence of Bushido.
Learning about the spirit of the samurai seems useful, but this book looks difficult. Whoa.
A heart that never backs down is the secret to Bushido. Oh!
Apologies.
Yep.
I don't know why it said that. We're not done with the book yet. You think the Phantom Thieves are freaking out? I wrote Okumura too. I hope they'll handle it quickly. I hear he's really corrupt. If anyone needs a change of heart, it's him. The board of directors is putting pressure on the vice principal. There's something seriously wrong with the vice principal. Hey, what's Akechi up to? He's in hiding now that everyone turned against him. Public opinion has truly flipped between him and us, but I doubt he's given up. And if we don't hurry, the public will turn against us next. There are already signs of that. Now let's move. Can't go wasting our popularity.
I'd like to stop my father as well, for everyone's sake. Considering Haru's circumstances, we must follow through with this.
Get a drink of water. Okay. So we need to dip into the Velvet Room real quick. I'm not gonna hang out with not Yusuke or Takemi, but a certain counselor. We need to get a counselor persona.
Hey, inmate!
Yeah!
There you are, inmate!
Our master admires the progress of your rehabilitation, and hence has given you use of a special ritual. It requires the cooperation of phantom thieves undergoing the same ordeal in other worlds. It's a special fusion called Public Execution. This is a helpful ritual where you select a persona from another phantom thieves group and fuse them for your own usage. We've heard that there are special powers for personas that are only attainable with this fusion method. Basically, whether or not you make good use of it is up to you. You better devote yourself, inmate! The development of rituals is now complete, but your rehabilitation shall continue onward. Put your best effort forth toward that ultimate goal.
So yeah, we won't be doing much public execution, because that requires, you to be connected with network services. So, but there are some handy abilities that come with that, from what I hear.
You certainly seem composed.
Anyway,
Justine, these are the paths you have walked.
now what do we want?
This persona?
No, we can afford to get Decaravia.
This persona? You'll withdraw this persona? This is your power. Are you finished?
What?
It is time, inmate.
Alright. Back to Shujin.
Welcome.
It's already autumn. You'd expect it to be a little less hot, huh?
Ah, yes.
Thanks to you, my research has been going so well. Really, you've been such a huge help, Amamiya-kun.
So,
I wanted to talk to you, but do you have time? I feel I can become closer with Maruki thanks to the counselor persona Decaravia.
thank you.
Oh, since we have time, I was hoping we could talk at that cafe you're staying at. I'm a big fan of their coffee.
Let's head out now.
I'll get dressed, then we can get going.
I'm sorry.
You must have a real knack for coffee, Amamiya-kun. This is fantastic. We've got curry too, if you're interested. I'd love to try some, but I think I'd better restrain myself for now.
You see,
It's about the research we've been discussing. I'm actually putting it all together in a paper. It's been really progressing lately, thanks in no small part to you. But I feel like I've hit another wall. So I'm sorry to bother you, but I'd appreciate if you help me talk through this again. Sure, I can do it.
thank you.
You're really saving me here. In deepening our understanding of the heart, I wanted to find a means of helping those who have been hurt by traumas. I already told you that was the point of all my research, right? And it's thanks to you that my project has come this far. But because of all that progress, I've realized a problem. One that may not have any solution. Even if my research makes great strides, even if we do find some miraculous way of healing psychological wounds, with the way things are now, I can only save the people directly within my reach. Isn't that enough? True, I guess. It's better than not being able to save anyone. But I can't just be satisfied with that. I mean, there are so many people out there suffering so badly. They can't even speak up and let that pain out. This is a painful, cruel, bitter world, and there's only so much one individual can do to fight against that. I've said it before, Working as a counselor only makes that more painfully obvious. And I think our current way of doing things just isn't enough.
You know,
Deep down, I don't think it's enough that I can just help people around me. A few people, out of billions. I want to help more people overcome their suffering. Pain can strike the heart in infinitely diverse ways. In turn, we have infinite methods by which we try to treat it. And like I said earlier, there are people who need help, desperately, but can't ask for it. They can't even share their pain. Even if we had a full understanding of the human heart, and an effective treatment to soothe it, I don't think that would be enough to finally beat trauma. And I guess that's what I ultimately realized. Maybe you should just give up. Yeah, that'd probably be easier. Unfortunately, I've never been great at giving up when I should. If we could peer into the hearts of every person alive, diagnose, understand, and then remove the root cause of their pain. It sounds like something out of a dream. Let me put it this way. Counseling takes time because you have to really listen to each individual person, right? I just think it'd be better if there was some way to really understand everyone's cognitions more quickly and accurately. Everyone's cognition? More importantly, what is this mementos? It's about time you start explaining.
Mementos is everyone's palace. Think of it as the collective unconscious. No, never mind. You wouldn't understand that.
Then again, that'd be impossible. Maybe truly understanding all people's hearts is beyond human capability. Mamiya-kun? Did I say something wrong? I think all hearts share some things. Huh? Yes, there are common factors. Oh, wait.
Oh!
You're right. My god, you're right. That's it, Mamiya-kun. The collective unconscious. If people's hearts are connected in the unconscious, their senses are shared subconsciously. It's so simple. Why didn't I realize it before? And if I can combine this with the theory I'm verifying, I can tie it all back to cognitive science, too. Where's this coming from?
Sorry.
But I think you just helped me make a major breakthrough. I think this means something big for my cognitive science research. I need to hurry and get this down in my paper. I knew it'd be worth bringing to you. Thank you, Mamiya-kun. I swear I'll repay you for this. I can sense a powerful gratitude from Maruki. Councillor Rank 6.
Alright. Alright then.
I need to get going. See you. Oh, Mamiya-kun. Sorry for rushing out so suddenly earlier. Okay, calm down. Sorry, I ended up running to the station on sheer adrenaline. I'm so out of shape though. Gotta do something about that. Anyhow, you helped me come to a major realization. The answer was right in front of me, and I couldn't see it. All I need to do now is to focus on my paper. After all your help, I'm going to finish it for your sake too. Seriously, thank you. Bye. Whew. Okay. So tonight... Oh yeah, it's thirsty for info. The we're actually gonna head out and play billiards tonight. And just like before, we need a specific stat increase.
Let's do it.
We're gonna save real quick. Let's see what we get.
Welcome! What do you play?
What do you want to do?
Thank you!
Yes! Let's get started. I hope I can do this.
Now then, will you go boldly or with caution? The decision here is important.
The way the balls are positioned, I'll need to make a difficult shot to clear this.
Then, are you going for that shot? Nice! Good going. That behind the back shot looked amazing.
That went really well.
I knew you could do it. You actually pulled off that shot. That's why you're our leader. Looks like your challenge brought everyone together.
Get a boost in our technical damage.
This is... It won't happen every time. It feels great when the balls move the way you want them to. Glad to see everyone had fun. I gotta say though... Wow! Thanks to playing billiards, I think you've learned more about making bold decisions when the time calls for it.
First try! Thank God!
Oh yeah, that billiards book had some information on other trick shots too, didn't it? I think one of them required a special cue stick, right? We should look for one when we have a chance.
That was time well spent.
Bye!
Hey!
Alright, now let's actually finish Master Swordsman. A heart that believes in oneself is the truth of Bushido.
Oh! I'm sure you must have a better understanding of the resolve that drives a Bushido master.
Now everyone.
Autumn is for eating. Autumn is for art. Autumn is for reading. Stores will use whatever reasons they can to pull in customers, this season in particular. Ah yes, people also say that autumn is for sports. A while back, baseball was the national sport, but these days people have been into soccer. As you know, black and white are the common colors for soccer balls. Now then, Amamiya-san, could you take a look at this picture?
Do you know this one?
How many white and black shapes are there respectively on a soccer ball? 20 whites, 12 blacks.
This is it.
Precisely.
This ball is composed of 12 black pentagons and 20 white hexagons. It's made up of a total of 32 surfaces. By the way, apparently soccer balls used to be only one color. They changed it to black and white so it could be seen better on television, or so I hear anyway. Television was still in black and white when they started airing soccer in Europe. At any rate, the contrast of white and black next to each other, It's a slick design, don't you think?
Nice going!
And with that, we have maxed out our knowledge.
All right.
Another one down. Your knowledge has increased from encyclopedic to erudite. A recent design that's caught my eye is the Moon Burger, which uses an egg to represent the moon. I'm well aware of the bad rumors surrounding Okumura foods, but you can't argue with hunger.
You think someone like her really eats hamburgers?
Moon Burger, huh? I'm in the mood to get some burgers. Let's check it out.
Welcome!
Snag a Moon Burger. We must have already snagged the Moon Burger before. Oh well, 2 is better than 1. We've got a few people that want to spend time with us. But today, we're gonna be spending time with Shinya. But before we do that, finished Master Swordsman, so let's catch up with that bookseller in Jinbocho.
That's incredible.
Welcome. So you finished reading Master Swordsman. Very impressive, considering how young you are. Well then, let me show you a different book. Sorry, it sounds like I'm testing you.
How can I help you?
We're gonna get each of these. And the next place we need to go is the Belphegor, because we need a tower persona.
Hey, inmate!
Yeah.
Thankfully, we have what we need to fuse a tower persona.
You certainly seem composed.
Time for some rehabilitation. Let's execute him. Now choose.
And here we go. Belphegor.
You okay with this?
We already have a star and a Hierophant with us. So, clearing it up.
Select the skills you'd like to inherit.
Stick with intense focus. Let's get Garula. Sio. Diakaja. And Invigorate 1.
Will it gain new power? I wonder. My.
I am Belphegor. You're a guy, right? In that case, I guess I don't mind becoming your mask and joining up with you. Alright.
Finished for now?
Done already? What?
It is time, inmate.
Alright.
Don't you want to get better at the game? I'll be at the arcade today, so stop by if you feel like playing. I'll teach you a bunch of tricks.
I feel I can become closer with Shinya thanks to the tower persona Belphegor.
Good attitude. I'll see you there.
You bastard!
You made the same mistake last time. What are you doing? Don't you get it? You can't just shoot all over the place.
King's so awesome at that game. Yeah, but he's got such a bad attitude. It's like he's bipolar. I wonder how long that high schooler is gonna be able to keep up.
Ugh, no, not like that. You haven't gotten better at all. When are you gonna learn? Phew, it's really late. Thanks to you taking so long to figure it out.
Come on, don't compare me to you.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
I've always been good at shooting games. But I absolutely never want to lose a gun about. So I guess I tend to get all heated up about it.
It's time for all the elementary school kids to go home. Do you understand, little boy?
Shut up.
Do I need to call your mom?
Fine, I'll leave, alright? Oh. How rude! Seriously. I really wanted to keep playing. My house is so boring. No one's ever there, and there's never anything to do. Adults and high schoolers are so lucky. They get to play all night long. Having that much time helps you get stronger. I wish I could play all day instead of going to school. I'd never lose another game. I need to get really strong, like the Phantom Thieves.
Do you admire them?
Of course I do. I want to be just as strong as they are. I believe in the Phantom Thieves and their strength.
So do I.
That's because you're a fan, like me. Seriously though, I can't stop thinking about that employee. He was super annoying, huh? If he says something again, I might just have to use that move on him. The one I taught you, remember? You should use it sometime.
I feel like my bond with Shinya is growing deeper. Tower Rank 2, Bullet Hail. Chance to enter a gun-based all-out attack after a successful ambush.
All right.
Well, it's just a move in the game, so it won't work against actual people. I wish it did. Then I'd be strong in real life. I need to be able to win in real life. I'm gonna head home.
Later!
Oh, hello. Amamiya-san? It's me, Shinya Oda. I was bored, so I thought I'd call. I forgot to mention earlier, but you gotta keep practicing even on single player, okay? Everyone sucks at first, but you can get good if you do it every day.
Alright, I'll work hard.
You better. You're supposed to be the adult here. I'm practicing a lot, too. I want to get as strong as the Phantom Thieves. Oh, my mom came home. I gotta hang up. Bye!
Ah, you're back.
There haven't been any mental shutdown cases lately, right? Not since Okumura took first place in the rankings. Perhaps the culprit behind them is being cautious due to the success we've had recently. So it's because of us? Damn, I'm glad we're famous.
But it's highly probable they'll become active again. Especially if they think the Phantom Thieves aren't actively attempting to do anything.
We're also gonna be in trouble if we let the public opinion go down the path it's heading.
Yes, there have been a great deal of more instigating comments lately, and we're all trying so hard.
Our inactivity must be upsetting. We should keep that in mind. Why is available? Big Bang Burgers on TV again, as usual. It looks like Hifumi needs something.
I'll be at the church again today. However, I'd like to speak with you, if that's alright.
I feel like my bond with Hifumi will grow stronger soon, but...
Hifumi seems troubled. Do you want to go see her? Okay, I'll be waiting at the church.
Good evening.
I'm sorry. I'm not in the mood for a match right now. I can't teach you shogi right now. Or rather, from now on. I'm at checkmate right now. My only option is to concede, but I can't seem to give up. I'm not sure what my next move after this checkmate is.
Hifumi seems troubled. With my overflowing knowledge, I might be able to show Hifumi her next move.
What? You'll help me think? Thank you.
Actually,
before we play, I'd like to talk to you about something. My mother told me that I should lose my upcoming exhibition match against the pro.
What do you mean?
It's a strategy she devised. She says that if I lose to a man, I'll get sympathy from women, and as a result get more female fans. Then when I make my comeback, I'll become a symbol for strong women everywhere. That way, I can use the weekly magazine's popularity against them and instantly become famous.
What kind of a plan is that? That's not gonna work!
I wish I could agree, but... I feel my mother may be right. People do love a good comeback story. Coming from the TV industry, my mother does have great insight for entertainment. This time around, I couldn't help but argue. It's the wrong thing to do. I actually got into a fight with my mother. It wasn't the first time, but what made me sad was I realized my mother doesn't see me as a shogi player. She said that there's no need for me to be putting so much effort and time into shogi.
it's terrible.
And that once I became a famous, I can quit shogi and make money from my looks.
What?
The only reason she continues to support my shogi career is so she can profit off of me as an idol. She doesn't mind if I lose a match, as long as I build my reputation and make money. To my mother, shogi is just a vehicle to make me famous.
However,
losing on purpose is wrong. Even if it helped me to become famous and eased my parents' burden,
I don't want to turn my back on shogi, a game that both my father and I love. We gotta do something about this. If only that were possible. She's the type of woman who never changes her mind. She wants to achieve her unfulfilled dream of becoming a celebrity through me. I highly doubt she would ever reconsider. What's her name? It's Mitsuyo Togo. What does that have to do with what we're talking about? I need to do something about the target for Hifumi. Upstaging the stage mother. You have tomorrow off, right? I'm gonna be on standby at the hideout. So, we gotta play games. I'll bring an awesome one tomorrow. I'll show you the ropes so you can use it to let out your stress. Oh, but if you're busy, then do that first and I'll wait. It's a retro game called Power Intuition. Look forward to it. Time to make like a tree. Who needs police when we have the Phantom Thieves? So true. So much for being a great detective. Akechi-kun is finished. I'm really curious about their true identities. Those calling card posters are collector's items now.
Hey, 16 days left. We don't have time to relax, you know.
Hey,
Well then.
Ryuji wants to go into the palace. And Morgana too. But we're not going in yet. So, first off, we need to head down to the underground walkway. Because we need to do our Aojiru.
Hey, hi.
So yeah. Even though we've maxed out our charm, we still need to keep this cycle going.
Well then. Nice.
Right. And it seems Yusuke is around here as well.
It's you.
So let's spend time with him.
Why?
Do you have time today? There's something I would like to show you. You see, I entered my piece into Kawanabe's competition. Moreover, it was accepted. The resulting exhibition is actually going on as we speak.
Let us be off.
It is being held at the same museum as last time. Yusuke's painting won the competition.
I still have much to learn, but I finally painted something that I can be satisfied with. Yes, this is the true heart of humanity. The title is Desire and Hope. What do you think?
It turned out well.
Well, I added aspects that were previously lacking. This light is all of you. The title lists hope, but in my mind, it's a much more concrete thing. I can't believe I didn't realize that until now. You.
It's a good painting.
Huh?
It's not trying to be eccentric for the sake of being eccentric, like the last time. To think the same painting can change this much. So this is the answer you've come up with.
It is.
Desire and hope, I see. Beauty and ugliness. Humans are creatures that possess both. It seems you understand that.
What are you playing at?
You provoked Yusuke on purpose, didn't you?
I apologize, although my intent was to encourage you. It was rather crude. Still, I believe that this ploy needed to be done in order to ignite your competitive spirit.
But why would you do that? What's your objective?
I wanted to do something for you as another person who is free from Madarame's chains. That's all.
Huh?
Madarame held a grudge against me for supposedly stealing his customers from him. To start, I couldn't get anyone to rent me space for exhibits. He caused me no end of hardship.
So that's why.
Yes, the heart of man is painted with desire, even if it's coated entirely in black at times. However, it seems you have the strength to not look away from it, and chose to stand up against it. If only he had your strength.
You mean Madarame?
Madarame and I go back a long way. First as classmates, then as teachers at the same art school. He used to have a noble spirit. Said he wanted to aim for the top of the art world one day.
Huh?
But in the end, even the art world has its share of politics. Those who are cunning win. Our hearts were stained black in that manner. But the human heart is a strange thing. It can't completely separate black from white. I was shocked when I heard that he took you in. He never liked children, you see.
Oh?
This happened just before we cut all ties from each other. But I got a call from him. He was panicking that nearby clinics were closed and that his kid had a fever.
Sensei.
I guess he was a good man deep down.
Yeah.
I don't want any more losers like me, or misguided winners like him being born from this world. That's why I started this foundation. So how about it? Would you like our support? Without the overbearing marketing production, of course.
It's a truly kind offer. Thank you for your generosity. However, I must respectfully decline.
Huh. What makes you say that?
I am not Madarame. I won't be stained by desire. After all, I can see hope. If I am lost, they will extend their hands. If I am wrong, they will chastise me. As long as I have my rays of hope to guide me, I will be fine.
Ha! Madarame really did have a good eye.
What a strange man.
Are you sure you want to do this?
It is a tad wasteful of me to decline. Still, I believe it's for the best. I feel contradictory, but that's the human heart, correct? Interesting. That's exactly what I should be painting. It must have been troublesome dealing with me, but for some reason, I knew that you wouldn't abandon me until everything was said and done. Thank you, my friend.
I feel a strong bond with Yusuke.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of the Emperor, granting thee infinite power.
Yusuke has found the true meaning of the heart. And has had a second awakening.
All right. All right.
You can now fuse Odin, the most powerful persona of the Emperor Arcana.
Persona within me has awakened to a new power.
All right.
Yusuke's persona Goemon has transformed into Kamu Susanoo.
Now that I'm out of my slump, I need to make up for the time I wasn't able to paint. I reiterate my promise to you. I'll extend my assistance to you, should you ever stumble. Now then, shall we go? In order for me to learn more about the heart, we need to work hard on our thief business.
Alright, let's see here. Let's replace Tempest Slash.
Ah, you're back.
Well then.
Alright. Good episode there. So, next time, do one last run through some confidant time. And then the episode after that will likely go into the palace. So until then, stay safe, have a good day, and thanks for watching.